Hi, I'm John McAuliffe, Chief Marketing Officer of VFM Leonardo, and welcome to VTV. VTV has been produced for hotel e-commerce, marketing, and sales professionals to provide insights, knowledge, and learnings from industry experts on how to extract more value from a hotel's presence on the internet. Each week I will interview an industry expert on a single topic. We have discovered many of these topics from industry people like yourself and encourage you to let us know if there is a topic you wish to see in future episodes of VTV. You can email us at vtv@vfmleonardo.com and make your suggestion anytime. Welcome to today's episode. Our topic today is on the new luxury, statement or experience. And I'm joined by Bonnie Knutson. Bonnie is a professor at Michigan State University's School of Hospitality Business. Bonnie works with hospitality and travel organizations that want to better understand and take advantage of changing consumer demands. Her work has been featured in industry publications as well as the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, CNN, and National Public Radio. Bonnie, thank you for joining us on VTV and welcome.
Thank you, John. Greetings from East Lansing, Michigan this morning.
Bonnie, our topic today is the new luxury, statement or experience. I've recently read a Forrester report indicating that 54% of what they call content-sensitive hotel guests view travel as an area in which they'll indulge themselves. Traditionally, we have always associated indulgence with luxury, but there have been news stories in the media about how our idea of luxury has changed. And I know that you've done some work on what is called the new luxury. How do you define luxury in our present time?
You are right on the hot button, John, when you talk about the redefinition of this thing that we call luxury. Before I answer that, let me ask you a question. What's the most luxurious thing you have?
Probably my car.
For me, the most luxurious thing I have is a memory. It's a memory of my husband and my two daughters when they were in high school sitting on the Grand Canal in Venice in a hotel patio having dinner our last night before we went home. And that, it wasn't the silverware, it wasn't the fine china, it wasn't the gold surroundings. It was the experience of that is luxurious to me. And those two contrasting examples are probably the clearest delineation or difference between what we call the old luxury and the new luxury. Old luxury was all about the thing. It was about the attributes, the quality, the cost of the item itself. We associate it with things like Rolex, Tiffany, BMW, Jaguar, Four Seasons. All of those are luxurious, high-quality items. But as consumers have changed and more of us can really experience those items, it isn't anymore about those items, but it's about the experience or the feeling that those items can give you. You know, you crawl into a luxurious feeling heavenly bed, for example, at a hotel, or a 500 count thread count sheet. And that's nice, it's a luxury item. But it's the feeling that you get that is this new definition of luxury. So what we're seeing is that any price point, any property, any hotel brand can really give its guests a luxury, a feeling of luxury, and a luxury memory, a luxury experience to take home with them. And when push comes to shove, that's all hotels really sell. They sell memories. We go home and we have our American Express charge and we have our memory. And that's the only thing. We don't take home a sweater unless we bought a t-shirt or something like that, or beds or anything like that. We have the memories. So this new definition of luxury has moved from what we call the noun to a verb, that feeling. So you take the item and you translate it into the feeling. Much like Swiffer has done. We go Swiffering now. We go Googling now. Those were nouns. And now they're verbs. And in much the same way, hotels have to rethink what they offer, their products and their services, and think about them in terms of verbs, not in terms of nouns. So that's how this thing called luxury has changed over the past, particularly 5 years.
That's interesting. It sounds like everybody has the opportunity of being a luxury then. And if luxury is all about experience, where should that experience start in the context of a hotelier for their guests?
The issue is twofold here. The issue is, where does it start and where does it end? And the other issue is consistency. Let's look at the starting point. The starting point for this feeling is at the very initial touch point between your hotel brand and the prospective guest or your current guest. That can be a print ad in a traditional magazine. It could be a billboard. It could be your website. It could be a video clip on a news broadcast. Wherever that initial foray comes, or that initial contact comes between the guest and your hotel brand, that's where it starts. That point of differentiation. And that message, that differentiation, that unique experience message has to continue through every one of the touch points. And by touch points, I mean the connection. Anytime your guest has an experience with your hotel, that's a touch point. Whether it's with your bellman, it's your parking lot, it's your advertising, it's your billboard, it's your receptionist on the telephone, it's your room service. All those touch points have to carry the same message. Now, does it have to be gold-plated? Well, if you're the Ritz-Carlton, it sure does. But if you're a Motel 6 or a Red Roof Inn, no, because that's not consistent with the image of the experience that you want to give. So starting and stopping is one issue. The other issue is the consistency all the way across touch points. It's got to carry the same story, and that story, I often tell hoteliers to think in terms not so much of a message, giving your message to the guest, but telling your story. Because each property, whether you're part of a Hyatt, a Hilton, a Marriott, or you're an independent bed and breakfast, each property has its own unique story. And it's that story, that uniqueness, helps set the different experience, that helps set that a luxury feeling. And it may be a view off of your patio. It could be that you're in the middle of Tennessee and you're very close to some local artisans that manufacture local soaps or make beautiful baskets, and you incorporate that into that luxurious, unique experience feeling. That's your story. And so everything becomes connected with that consistent message that's going across. And once you get that going, then that's when you start conveying this experience. That's when you start taking that noun into the verb. So consistency and all touch points are the two key mantras for that.
It sounds very much like the way to engage the new luxury with hotel guests is by really understanding what the story or the experience is that you deliver to those people and ensuring that you package that from the first point of contact consistently all the way through their stay and post-stay for the travel shopper.
Absolutely. And you know, I'd like to make one other point along this line, and that is more and more hotel guests, particularly if they've never been to your property before, are using online information sources. And so when you look at online content or media content or website, what a perfect way to incorporate video clips or little film clips or action into your website. Because you and I know, John, that it's the old story, one picture's worth 1,000 words. So if I can show the movement, if I can show the happiness of a guest, if I can show that view that we were talking about, that is a better communication tool for that experience, for that luxury, than just a staid picture that we're all used to in traditional media.
Bonnie, excellent insights. Thank you very much for joining us today on VTV. We look forward to having you join us again in the future.
My pleasure, John, and goodbye from East Lansing.
Thank you. To all the viewers out there, be sure to visit vtv.vfmleonardo.com and post your comments. Tune in next week for more from another industry expert.